We're live.
You seem so startled. It's like there was a countdown. That's not like somebody snuck up on you and said, "You're live." You're like,
We're live.
there was no startle.
Hello and welcome to this month's edition of Rolling Sacrifice. Oh, it's been a busy couple of months.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
He's Mike. I'm Liz, by the way.
We're back. And yes, welcome to this month's edition of Willing Sacrifice. I'm Mike.
I'm Liz.
Yeah, and tonight we have some snacks from you. We have some snacks for you from the UK via Universal Yums, and we also have some additional snacks from HMart.
Gotta love HMart.
Before we get here, I'm going backwards. Before we get there, funny thing that happened
On the way to the forum?
No, last week.
Oh.
I was out at a favorite brewery of ours, Three Heads Brewing, right here in Rochester. And our buddy Dave was behind the bar, and he was asking how things were going. And he was like, "Oh, how was Halloween?" And I was like, "Good." He's like, "You didn't hand out any of that weird Japanese candy to the kids, did you?"
No, we were not throwing Pocky in. But that would be good. I would have liked Pocky as a kid. If somebody put Pocky in my Halloween bag.
How about
different? It probably would have been crushed and crumbled by the time I got home.
Right. How about if we passed out salted licorice to the kids?
No, but that's not Japanese. That's like Swedish.
I know, but I'm just thinking of the our Universal Yums greatest hits,
Yeah, salt balls.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was kind of funny. I was like, "No, Dave, we did American candy. We're not that cruel and unusual to the kids. I mean, maybe a little unusual, but not like
We're unusual and just not cruel." You could have gone in the opposite direction and be like, "Oh, you could have handed out some of that awesome, Belgium chocolate or German chocolate."
I don't know why we would do such a thing. Why would we take that out of our own hands and give that to other people, not eat it ourselves?
Out of the kindness of our heart, to share the joy of chocolate that's better than what's made here.
You're asking a lot.
I don't think I'm asking a lot.
Oh, I don't know. That just seems a
Open your
much.
heart. Give people what they want.
You got to give the people what they want? Okay. All right. On that note, what do you say? Why don't we get into the UK? We have Universal Yums, the United Kingdom. Oh, did you want the book?
I do want the book.
Okay.
Give me the book. And it's showing high tea.
Yep. We have, of course, their lovely packaging with their stickers and the map with all sorts of fun facts. And then on the opposite side of that, you have the lovely scorecard. Excuse me, drinking sparkling water. Little bubble.
So one of the things I'm reading on the inside here is obviously they go into what people in the UK call tea. It's obviously we call it a drink, but they call it in some cases a meal or a break. And I don't know how I'm sure about this. I'm hoping maybe somebody of our UK friends can chime in. So afternoon tea is almost like pre-dinner, late lunch, like that.
Right, yeah.
High tea is obviously where it's got all the you have the ladies over and you've got dainty little sandwiches and little tarts and things.
Yeah, when we've been on cruises and we've had the high tea, it's usually at 3:00 or something like that. So it's right between lunch and dinner, almost right in the middle.
Right. I mean, and that's the way that's served is a high tea, where it's got
it's got the little what do they call them? The little sandwiches, the little finger sandwiches, and the scones, and the cream puffs, and
I think I have
the clotted cream.
Yeah, I think I have it reversed here. So I'm reading this, and so the first thing that struck me is they have something here called elevensies or elevenses.
Okay.
Which I thought was something Tolkien made up about the hobbits, having all of those meals, and that Elevenses was like fictional, but apparently, according to Universal Yums, Elevenses is a real thing. And it's a late morning break with tea and scones or biscuits. And then afternoon tea first appeared in the early 1800s. There was often a long gap between lunchtime and dinner. So afternoon tea bridged that gap around 3 to 4 p.m. with a mini meal of tea, scones, cakes, and other various sweets. And then high tea sounds like it should be the fanciest, but originated with the lower class. A meal would be eaten after work and would include hot foods like meat, eggs, and bread, along with strong tea. The term high was meant to describe the table it was eaten on, as afternoon tea was served on low tables. So I had that reversed. I thought the fancy tea was high tea, and like afternoon tea would be what you had when you got home from school. But apparently I am dumb, and I've had that reversed all of these years. And I think Elevensies was created by Tolkien. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The more you know.
The more you know. Apparently I didn't know anything.
I hope all the UK trivia is about football.
No.
Ah, damn it.
When in Wales, don't be surprised to hear a friend call you love, butt, cwtch, or nosy.
I'm going to go with cwtch.
And it's spelled CWTH, so I'm presuming that's how it's pronounced. But no, the answer is B, butt, B-U-T-T. While it's common to hear friends and even strangers call each other love in England, there are no buts about it in Wales. The best way to tell a friend you care is by calling them butt. But why? The word is actually a shortened version of the Welsh word buddy, which is an older way to say buddy.
Okay. I mean, we've been watching a bit of the Welcome to Wrexham, and it's a Welsh town that's in one of the lower level leagues of soccer in the UK, and Welsh is one of I think the primary language there, right? And
well, English I think is probably the primary language, but they also speak Welsh. I think it's 50-50. I would have to look that up.
It seems like a lot like even like the race course is what the name of the stadium is. Like when you see it like on the I don't have Paramount Plus, so I can't watch the full matches. But I watch the highlights, it's in Welsh, like the name of the stadium is.
Oh, that might just be a sense of pride, or maybe I could be wrong.
I thought it was mostly a Welsh speaking town.
Maybe the town is. Maybe there's more Welsh speakers, native Welsh speakers. I don't know that, because I think most kids learn English, and maybe Welsh is spoken at home, or they take Welsh in school to maintain their cultural heritage.
Gotcha.
I don't know how different it is, like from like Gaelic, because like not everybody in Scotland speaks Gaelic, and there's bananas.
Yeah.
B-A-N-A-N-A.
I was trying to do that clearly, like because you were talking. I was trying to help. Because the first snack is on that page.
Oh, it's a yummy banana toffee.
Yeah, I was trying to do that on the sly.
He's telling me to shut up.
No, I was trying to do it on the sly so you would continue talking. And,
yeah. I think just going back to it, I think Welsh people speak English primarily, and Welsh as their cultural heritage language. But again, I could be completely wrong, and I apologize. The language is beautiful regardless, and it's one of the most difficult things I've ever seen to read, because there's a lot of letters that don't sound like you expect them to. But yeah. Can I call you butt?
Sure.
So let's go bananas for English toffee. I'm not going to read all of this.
I mean, is there not even a description of the snack on the...
No, it's just talking about the craze Bananas' English origin. Believe it or not,
Oh.
the bananas eaten today are completely different than the ones enjoyed in the 1950s. I think I've talked about that only a million times. The original bananas were smaller, sweeter, and full of big round seeds. But when a disease wiped out this early banana, many thought the world would never taste their deliciousness again. Luckily, Duke William Cavendish had brought the fruit back to England and was able to grow an entirely new variety, the Cavendish variety, which is eaten today. But the taste you have for like that we call fake banana that you taste in like candy, particularly in my mind, runts.
Runts, yeah, I was gonna say runts.
That's how bananas used to taste before that variety died out.
So here's the thing. So we have this yummy banana. I cannot talk this evening.
Words are hard.
Yummy banana flavor toffee. And down at the bottom of the wrapper, and you can even kind of see it on the picture.
There's some instructions.
Yeah, it says whack, then unwrap.
I think it's because it's so sticky, the pieces possibly stick together.
So do I just give it a good
thwap, break it apart? I don't think you have to do it that many times. It opened and jettisoned them at you.
Well, what's funny is it opened it and it broke apart two pieces. Perfect. It's like it was planned that way.
And I think that's exactly what it was, is that it solidifies, and in order to get pieces out, you have to smack it.
Oh, I got like a piece on my finger too.
It smells like banana. It is very sticky. It's like a banana flavored sugar baby.
It's good. It's not overly sugary though.
Yeah, it's not super sweet. That was tasty.
Yeah, good flavor.
Very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Good start.
Yeah, I would go. I'd go 4 out of 5 on that.
Yeah, I agree. I know there's people who don't like banana flavored stuff or banana candy, so I mean, I could see that being
maybe something they wouldn't be a huge fan of.
Yeah, like some people would probably be like, no, I don't like fake banana, but it's really not that fake. Get you with some more trivia. What is the name of Britain's most famous clock tower? The Clock Tower, Big Ben, Elizabeth Tower, or Victoria Tower?
I feel like this is a trick question. I mean, because like if you think about like National Lampoon's European Vacation, oh look, kids, Big Ben, Parliament, while they're driving in the roundabout. Right. So I'm gonna say Big Ben, but I got a feeling it's not gonna be Big Ben. It's gonna be something else.
The answer is C, Elizabeth Tower. Named after me. It's easy to mistake this iconic clock tower as Big Ben, but that name only refers to the big bell inside. That clock tower is actually pretty close, or the clock tower is actually pretty close, as that was its true name up until 2012, when it was renamed to Elizabeth Tower to honor Queen Elizabeth II's Diamond Jubilee, her 60th anniversary of her reign. The tower stands opposite Victoria Tower, named for Queen Victoria, the only other queen to reign as long. So the tower is Elizabeth Tower. The bell is Big Ben.
Very cool.
And now we have Grandma's Wild Oat Bar. Grandma's Wild. It's Grandma Wild's. So it's not Grandma's Wild Oat Bar. It's Grandma Wild's Oat Bar.
Yes. Her like she's grandma. Her last name is Wild. Yeah. So and she owns this oat bar recipe.
It's not a trip to Yorkshire without a taste of flapjacks. And that's not just a fancy word for pancakes when you're in England. Instead of pillow soft cakes that many associate with the name, there's something completely different to the British. Tender, buttery oat bars. And this version takes the recipe a step further, inspired by the classic cherry bakewell, a pastry filled with sponge cake and jam, by adding a swirl of tangy raspberry on top. Try.
All right. We've had this box for a little bit. We were looking at the expiration date on this. I mean, it's soft enough. I mean, it's not like it's stale or
It's been sealed and
it smells good.
Yeah, I was gonna say it smells good. It smells like oatmeal. Tastes like an oatmeal cookie. That's really good. Who knew?
I don't feel like the chocolate raspberry thing on the top really does anything.
Well, it's not chocolate.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, you're right. A white chocolatey top.
I mean, I read the label.
Did you get crumbs on your keyboard? You got oats.
That's
really good.
Yeah.
Grandma Wild. She makes a mean oat bar.
She's wild, yeah.
Apparently, I would like flapjacks, the UK version. That tracks.
Where are you at with that one?
Oh, 3.75.
I'd go also a 4 again on that one.
Oh, I didn't get the impression that you liked it that much.
No, I liked it.
Huh?
I really did. I thought it was tasty.
I think the reason I didn't go that far is you're right, that top part was really unnecessary. Like if they had just made it raspberry,
yeah,
and not put the white chocolate on, I think that would have been good.
It was still incredibly flavorful though. Like the rest of the bar itself was delicious.
Yeah, the cakey part,
the
cookie part, delicious. Next up are Kent Crisps, lamb and rosemary.
These I feel like we've had before,
or something like them.
At least this brand.
Savory yet meatless chips with lamb and rosemary flavor. Is okay. That makes me feel both better and worse. There's no meal more inherently British than a proper Sunday roast, the ultimate comfort food consisting of juicy, slow-cooked meat, potatoes, veggies, and a rich gravy seasoned with herbs. This traditional meal dates all the way back to the 15th century when folks would use a communal church or bakery oven to make enough food to last the week. The star of the Sunday roast would most commonly be beef or lamb, which makes these completely vegetarian lamb and rosemary crisps a snacky taste of British dinner tradition. So there's no lamb, but how do they? Well, there's probably like nutritional yeast or something to give it a meaty smell taste. It's definitely herby. It's definitely got like a meaty taste. I think it's probably like a nutritional yeast. Ingredients: potato, canola oil, rice flour, salt, yeast powder, natural flavors, garlic powder, onion powder, sugar, rosemary, cumin. Or cumin.
Not the shavings of a lamb.
No lamb shavings. No lamb dust.
No lamb dust.
I like how crunchy they are.
Yeah.
They're almost like kettle chips.
In a way, yeah.
I'll stop now.
They're tasty. Yeah. Good flavor there.
Yeah.
No, I think we've had this brand before, and they're always really solid.
I feel like we need to keep this book and bring it with us when we go to the UK. So we remember what snacks we liked. So we can hey, look get some of those.
Well, I see another brand that I've seen before that I'm thinking.
I'm seeing some stuff that I've actually bought before, like at the store.
What's your rating on those?
They're that good. They're 4. Crunchy, salty, herbaceous. And they taste like meat, but there's no meat. But you?
I'm going to go 3.75 on them.
Would you want them more meaty?
No, they're good. They're really good.
This furry friend is not only adorable, but is also a highly decorated hero. Swansea Jack the dog, Will of Wales the warhorse, King Pother the cat, Riverside Kai the sheep.
What was the... I'm sorry.
Swansea Jack the dog.
No, what was the question?
Oh, this furry friend is not only adorable, but is also a highly decorated hero.
Oh, let's go with Swansea Jack.
And you are correct. Swansea Jack is definitely the best boy ever. This heroic pooch was the self-designated lifeguard for the rivers and docks of Swansea. Whenever someone accidentally fell into the water, he would swim to the rescue, saving more than 27 people in his lifetime. In his 7 years, Swansea Jack was awarded a silver collar, a silver cup, 2 bronze medals, and the title Dog of the Century. Now that's a good boy.
Indeed.
We don't deserve dogs. Next up are Johnny's Pickled Onion Rings. Crunchy rings that taste just like pickled onions. Hanging out in a pub with your mates is one of Britain's favorite pastimes. And with 27,650 across the entire UK, there's one thing that's almost all of them, bad grammar here, that almost all of them have in common. Patrons at the bar are likely to be served up a jar of pickled onions. Onions doused in malt vinegar are an essential part of a ploughman's lunch, a meal consisting of bread, cheese, and pickled onions. In fact, many pub-goers snack on these zesty pearl onions straight out of the jar, dig into this addictive pickled onion-inspired corn ring to experience the tangy tradition. Do you not like how it smells? You're not a vinegar fan.
They have some tang to them.
Tangy. I'm not getting a ton of onion.
It's so overpowered by that.
The vinegar.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. But I like vinegar.
They are also a little past their date.
Like a month or 2. They're not like stale.
These are very vinegar forward. I'm not getting a lot of pickle.
Well, they're not pickles.
Oh.
They're vinegar. They're pickled onions.
Onion. Oh, I'm not getting a lot of onion.
Yeah. Just vinegar.
Yeah. I mean, they're okay. I'm kind of wanting to, like, when we do go to the UK, is like sit at a bar and have
pickled onions.
Pickled onions, yeah. Like with the other snacks that were mentioned in the book, I think that's a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
Have a couple pints and
eat pickled onions
and talk to other people at the bar, right? Because I mean that's one of the things I like about like when we go out and we'll go to like Three Heads or some of the other breweries and we'll sit at the bar and just
strike up
conversations with people that we maybe met before or maybe not.
Okay, that's very. I need a palate cleanser.
Yeah, that's wowzers.
There's some vinegar that sits, just takes up residence.
Oh.
Northumberland, England, is home to the world's deadliest garden. B, the world's first fish and chips recipe. C, the world's oldest cemetery. Or D, the world's biggest oyster.
I'm gonna go with the cemetery.
The answer is A, the world's deadliest garden.
Oh, I almost saw that.
When a local duke planted the Elmwick Garden in 1750, he likely never imagined it'd be transformed into something lethal. But in 2005, Duchess Jane Percy added the deadliest plants she could find, from nightshade to hemlock, and opened it to visitors who can't taste, touch, or even smell the plants. Yikes.
We didn't give a rating on this.
Oh, I wonder, like, if we got a fresh bag, it would be more oniony, or is it just that vinegary that's so overpowering?
I doubt it.
I mean, I would still give them a 3.
All right.
Because I do like them. I love vinegar.
2.5. I thought a good answer for that trivia would have been like all of the above. That would have been amazing. Like if all of those
has
things,
all of these things.
Yeah, that would have been pretty awesome to hear.
So next up is something sweet. This is Bristow's rhubarb and custard bonbons. Chewy candies with rhubarb and custard flavor. In England, few desserts are as fancied as the Fool. No, not a dessert involving clowns. In Britain, Fool refers to an extremely popular parfait made of alternating layers of custard and boiled rhubarb. The parfait isn't the only way the custard combo is enjoyed. From puddings to cakes to ice cream, it's such a popular flavor that it wouldn't be a trip to the UK without a taste. And with these bonbons, be careful. You'll want to suck, then chew for a foolproof tasting experience. So don't just chomp. Give to me a bonbon. I feel like we've had these. Mm. Mm. Good. Sour. I like how sour. Yay!
Wowzers.
It's definitely a just push in the face.
Could you imagine if you didn't cleanse your palate after the vinegar onion things?
From vinegar to these.
I mean, that would have been a real kick in the pants.
Mm-hmm. So good.
They're good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not my most favorite thing in the world, but I can appreciate them like that. I could tell that they're really delicious.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I would go. I'm gonna go 3.5 on them.
I'm gonna go 4.25.
It's just it's not something that I'm really like a big fan of, but I can appreciate what they're going for here.
Okay, next up is Dean's All Butter Shortbread Cookies. Crumbly shortbread with a big buttery taste. This Yum story takes place in rural Huntly, Scotland. It begins as many Scottish tales begin, with bagpipes. In 1975, Bill and Helen Dean wanted to raise money for the Huntly Pipe Band, of which Bill was a drummer. And they could think of no better way than by selling Helen's super crumbly, extra buttery shortbread. Fast forward to today, and the Deans of Huntly are a household name all across Scotland, but not for bagpipes.
All right. So
we've had some shortbread.
Yeah, we've had some shortbread cookies in our time. Perfect. One for you.
They smell good.
One for me. I mean, they're so simple, but so flavorful.
Mm-hmm.
Like the butter is just silky and smooth, and the flavors, and it's such a delicious cookie.
I love shortbread. I feel like shortbread is like a precursor to like our like American butter cookie cutouts.
Similarly,
yeah, like our butter cookie cutouts that we have for like the holidays and stuff take some of that flavor, obviously not to that depth, and almost make it softer.
Yeah.
And sweeter, like more sugar, less butter. But I definitely love those. Those are good.
I'm gonna go 4.5.
I'll go 4. Because I've had, no offense to Mr. and Mrs. Dean, but I've had better shortbread.
One of my favorite snacks though today so far.
Next up, we have, in the UK, every horse is required to have A, a middle name, B, air-conditioned stables, C, a passport, D, horseshoes at all times.
A passport?
That is correct. Horses, donkeys, ponies, and even zebras all need a valid, quote, horse passport. In the UK, this small booklet identifies the animal by gender, height, and species, and must be carried with the animal at all times. If owners fail to provide this vital document, they could face a lot of fines. So there's certainly no horsing around when it comes to this rule. You have to prove where you got the horse.
I was like, like where we go to get like our passport photos. Where do you take your horse to get the passport photo?
Yes, they have to go to the post office to get the horse's picture taken.
Can you take your horse into Kinko's?
Next up, Taylor's Potato Crisps, matured cheddar and onion.
This is another brand I think that we're familiar with. Maybe we've had something from.
We've had a few things from them. Super cheesy chips with an oniony zing. For over 200 years, Brits have gathered at Cooper's Hill in Gloucester, England, for the annual cheese rolling festival. You saw that on Amazing Race, I think.
That was like in another country, I want to say.
Possibly. The rule: a wheel of cheese is rolled down the hill, and the first person to catch it wins. The prize: the wheel of cheese, of course. These cheddar and onion crisps may not be the ideal shape for rolling, but they are one of the UK's most classic flavors.
I mean, maybe it was that country.
I think it was.
Or that event.
I don't really smell like anything. Very potatoey. Like, almost like a baked potato. They're good, but
like, I'm not minding that they're light on the flavor that's on the package because I'm getting more of like a depth of potato.
Right.
And it's a really tasty, like delicious tasting baked potato flavor. Whereas like if you had like an American potato chip
all you would taste was the salt.
With cheddar and onion on the packaging, it would be that fake cheese and onion powder.
That flavor bomb of like that, and not in a good way, that chemical flavor bomb of like just pure salt.
I mean, the cheese does come through a little bit. I get some onion like on the finish and stuff like that, but it's not like a it's not like a kick in the face of fake cheddar and onion flavor.
Right. I think it's like Ruffles, but only better. Yeah. Like the cheddar and cheddar and sour cream or cheddar and onion, whatever that Ruffles does.
But I'm really enjoying the potato aspect of these. These are delicious.
And the skins are on them too. I think that contributes to the flavor. I would like more cheese, like real cheese flavor, like more of a tang for the cheese. So I would probably give those a 3.5.
Okay. These are actually the favorite chips that we've had thus far on this episode.
For you?
For me.
For both of us?
For me. So I'm going to go 4.
Next up are blackcurrant millions. Tiny chewy candies that taste just like blackcurrant. Nothing says nostalgia like looking back on childhood candies, and for that, look no further than millions. No British childhood is complete without a heaping handful of these itty-bitty sweets loaded with fruity flavor. It's kind of like the UK's version of Nerds. And blackcurrant is not a huge flavor here in the United States because the plants were banned early on.
I mean, you know who's going to be upset that we're doing this box this evening is our
Sister Tina.
Sister Tina, yeah.
She is a fan of blackcurrant. And I think, the because we didn't have blackcurrants here because, again, they were prohibited, we went with Concord grape for everything.
We kind of made like a very small hole. These, I don't even know how I'm going to show them to the camera, but they're
look like gravel.
Yeah.
Look like little pieces of gravel.
There you go. That's the best I can do.
Those are tasty.
Okay. So they are chewy.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also apt to stick in your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
They're very flavorful.
Mm-hmm. They're almost they're like never having actually eaten a blackcurrant myself. Almost like raspberry. A little bit like raspberry, a little like Concord grape, smushed together, and a little bit perfumey.
I was gonna say flowery and grape. That was my take.
I mean, delicious. I like them.
Yeah, they're good. I don't know if I like the chew and the stickiness in the teeth thing, but
You're a little kid, you do.
Yeah.
Like, I would definitely have bought these as a kid.
I mean, if Tina had these, I bet she loves them.
Mm-hmm. It's a really delicious flavor. And they're very, like you said, very flavorful. A little tart.
Yeah.
Not sickeningly sweet.
Yeah, they're good.
I'm a fan.
I think I'd go 3.75 on them.
I would agree. I would buy them. Like, I could see that actually being a really good snack to have at work. Because, like, you just pour them out into, like, a little bowl or something. And as you're working, you, like, take a couple and pop them in your mouth.
Pour them out onto a little mini million spoon that they get. You can order a million spoon from their site, and it has like a little spoon rest, and you pour some out into the spoon, and then you just grab the spoon.
Better call their marketing and get on that.
What do you think, huh?
Yeah, million spoon.
Million spoon.
Which sport was invented in the UK? A. Polo. B. Golf. C. Fencing. D. Racquetball.
I'm going to go with golf.
You would be correct. The popular 18-hole sport was invented in Scotland in the 15th century when players would hit pebbles over sand dunes with sticks. In 1457, the sport was banned by King James II. It was interrupting his archery practice, but it was legalized again in 1502. Today, golf has spread far beyond the UK, becoming a top sport in the US and many other countries around the world.
Do you suppose, I mean, one of the most famous golf courses in the US is Pebble Beach? And
I don't think it harkens to that.
You don't think so? You don't think that the name maybe came from them hitting pebbles?
It could be the fact that the beach that they bulldozed to put the golf course and was not sand, but like a rocky pebble beach.
Okay. I mean, maybe it's a double meaning. You think I'm stretching it too far?
Yes. And I'm trying not to like elaborate my views of golf, but I think it's a wasteful sport.
I always like playing video game golf.
That's fine, but like real golf just uses up far too much land for something that's so elite.
We had fun going mini golfing.
Again.
This summer, I went 3 times.
Perfectly fine.
Or no, 4 times.
Wow, look at you.
I forgot. I went one time without you or Sean.
Mm. So the next snack I have had, and I believe you have had, because I have bought these.
Mm-hmm.
These are called Raspberry Jammy Dodgers. Crumbly cookies with a raspberry filling. These British cookies may appear simple at first, a sweet, sticky layer of raspberry jam sandwiched between 2 crunchy butter cookies. But it's that simplicity that made them the most popular cookie in the UK. Made in Wales, Jammy Dodgers are the UK's best-selling children's biscuit, though 40% of cookies sold are actually eaten by adults. A staple in nearly every home, this fun and fruity classic is a nostalgic treat that many British families have enjoyed for years.
For years.
I'm actually kind of, we had originally talked about having Brother Sean on Snackifice. I'm glad he's not with us for this box because there's been a lot of raspberry flavorings on things in fruits. We've had
at least 2.
3, I think. Because
the oat bar,
the rhubarb custard, I think, has raspberries in it.
Oh, did it?
And then this so far. Give to me a Jammy Dodger. Little heart. So I knew what these tasted like going into them. They're not my favorite. Now, that's not to say they're bad, because they're not bad. But this is one of the few cookies that we've gotten from like the UK, either in a box or just having bought it at the import aisle in our grocery store or something, that tastes chemically to me. The cookie does not taste natural. And the jam inside is really, I don't know if it's waxy or just like gummy, like a gummy bear. It's got the consistency of like a Swedish fish that got squished. It doesn't taste like jam. It tastes like a gummy candy that just got smushed.
The cookie, to me, it's kind of reminiscent of like a crappy like American cookie.
Yeah.
Like one of those like ones like just is gonna be like a sugar cookie of some sort, or
right. It's not the best.
Almost animal cracker-esque in a way, but like not good. Just not, the flavor isn't good. There's not much there. It's almost more like cracker flavor than cookie flavor.
Like cardboardy.
Yeah. Not a huge fan really of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I've had them before. Maybe you bought them at some point, and
Yeah.
I don't remember.
But and the first time I had them, and I've only bought them once before, and it was a while back. And again, I did buy them off the import shelf at our local Wegmans. And I thought maybe that, they were imported, they were made like months and months and months and months ago, probably a year ago. Who knows how old they were? I thought maybe it was just like you have to get them fresh. Um, and again, these are also probably quite old, but they had that same blah cardboardy cookie with a smushed Swedish fish candy in them.
Yeah. I mean, we're well within the Best Buy day. So,
Okay. So I think that's just how they are, and
yeah.
I'm not a fan. So I would probably give those a. But again, they're not like spit out bad. They're just. So I'd give those
probably finish the package, but
maybe having them with tea or coffee improves them.
yeah.
But on their own, I would give those like a 2.
That's where I was at.
Sorry, UK. Don't mean to disparage your Jammy Dodgers.
They're just like when you put them up against like some of the other snacks we've had tonight, even the other sweets, they really just don't measure up. And I have wonder, honey, is it like the name? Like, do people have like some sort of like kinship, or like they put something because it's Jamie Dodger, that's so like British or whatever, and they put it up on this pedestal, and it really, I mean, it shouldn't be on the pedestal with like these.
With those, yeah. I think the other thing is, I think those are like I've had cookies that look like that, like little tart cookies that have the heart in the middle and the raspberry filling.
Yeah.
I've had them like from a bakery, like fresh made, not mass produced, like at a bakery, and those are delicious. So I'm thinking this is just like the mass produced version of those cookies, whatever those tarts are called. Those tart cookies are called. Which is gonna drive me nuts now until I look it up and figure out what they're called. So like they took something that is quite good and simple and pretty and mass produced it, and in doing so they had to sacrifice the flavor, the consistency. It's just but we are to our final British snack.
This sounds interesting to me.
This is Bristow's Clotted Cream Fudge. Chewy candies flavored like British clotted cream. When it comes to the UK's famous clotted cream, there are 2 places to head. Devon, where this fudge is from, and Cornwall. Both of those English countries claim to have invented clotted cream, a rich spread made when hot cream is slowly cooled, creating clots of cream. And both counties still compete over who makes it best. The process of making it is the same in both places, so the real difference comes down to the pastures that the cows were raised on. We've had clotted cream on like scones and stuff at the afternoon tea at
yeah, well, I mentioned that before on the cruises.
On the cruises.
Yeah, so they nicely individually wrap these too. So bonus.
So this is not like a caramel. This is a fudge.
Fudge.
It's all right.
It kind of chews like a caramel.
It does chew a little bit like a caramel, not like a sticky caramel.
Actually, it reminds me of those Getz's caramels in a way. The ones with the round ones with the little
white in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of those. So now I like clotted cream. This just tastes like.
I'm just saying that's what those kind of remind me of.
Yeah.
In some fashion. I mean, not exactly, but like the chew and everything.
Yeah. I would probably give those I wouldn't buy them myself. I would probably give those like a 2.5. What are you giving it?
I was chewing on it.
Literally.
3 1/4.
Ooh. I would like one of those banana toffees, please. Kind of to get the taste of that out of my mouth. Not that it was like spit outable. It's just not my scene, man.
All right. Well, that's it for the UK portion of this episode. So our rankings. Our least favorite snack of this box was we just had it a little bit ago. The Jamie Dodgers. Liz, your second least favorite was actually the one that we had just after that, which were the clotted cream fudge.
We didn't end on a good note with this box.
My second least favorite was the pickled onion rings. Just way too vinegary for me. Our favorites, though. Let's get to the favorites because that's where the money is, right?
Right.
Your most favorite snack was the
the rhubarb custard.
The bonbons, the rhubarb and custard sour bonbons.
Tart and
then you had a 3-way tie for
second place.
For second place, your banana toffee that you just had another one of. The lamb and rosemary potato chips, and then the shortbread cookies.
I would, if I had to rate between those three, I would probably put the banana toffee and then this and then that.
I really liked. My favorite was the shortbread cookie, and then mentioned the banana toffee, but I'll also give an honorable mention to the cheddar and onion potato chips. I just really like the flavor there of those. But yeah, fun overall, a fun box. I enjoyed it. I liked some of the different flavors. Those chips were really good. As you were munching on these a little bit more, I could definitely smell the seasoning. It smells great. Such good flavors. But we're gonna kind of hop into something else and
segue. But just I wanted to say that we've had. I don't know if it was the UK or if it was just England, or we've had the UK before. A few different snacks, but every time I'm always like, because you hear horror stories, you're like, oh, England's got terrible food, but their snacks are pretty good.
I don't know, and like what we were talking about, like the pub concept and
pub grub, and snacks and chips.
I look forward to that.
And the candies, like the Cadbury chocolate, big fan. So
well, we're gonna do some HMart snacks just to close this out. Do you want a chip or do you want a sweet?
I want a chip.
Okay.
I didn't have dinner.
All right. I'm just gonna go down the line. So we do like our snacks from Kelby. And these, I have no idea what they are.
They look like sweet potato.
They could be sweet potato. Sometimes on the package they might say somewhere. Sweet potato flavored snack. There it is. So we got a sweet potato chip. Let's see what we have going here. Kelby usually does a nice job with their chips. I'll say that.
Now you jinxed it. And these are Korean, I believe. These are product of Korea. Oh, these look like extruded. They're not like actual sweet potato chips.
It's a very light flavor. They're tasty.
They're tasty. They're sweet, but they're the consistency of veggie straws.
Yeah.
They're an extruded snack, not like an actual chip.
Yeah. almost more crackerish in a way.
They're good. They taste like honey.
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes and honey.
Yeah.
They're Moorish. Like you want to keep eating them.
I wouldn't reject them.
No. I'm disappointed that they're not like a hearty chip, though.
Did you want to try another chip type thing? All right, these.
Are these another extruded one? Look like it.
They might be. They're 3D twisty things. Coloco pea crackers, Szechuan spice flavor. And where are they from? Product of Taiwan.
Give it a sniff. Do they smell spicy? That doesn't bode well. You kind of made a yuck face.
There was something there that I can't quite place. It's weird. They almost smell minty.
It's not a potato chip. It's like it's made with peas.
Yeah, I said a pea cracker.
I don't like it at all. The seasoning is good. The cracker is bad. I like the seasoning if it would be on a potato chip.
Did you want to grab one of the potato chips that we have over there? Over in the dining room?
Sure.
We'll do one that we hadn't planned. Maybe we can have some sort of redemption here for you.
Oh my god, they're chips. They're all extruded garbage. Not garbage, but you know.
These are spicy.
They are. I like the seasoning on them. I like the seasoning on them. I don't like the vegetal bitterness.
They have that Mikey Chen description, that numminess to them.
They do. Like I said, I like the I enjoy the seasoning on them. The cracker though, once that seasoning is gone and you're chewing it, the cracker, I don't know what else to call it, is it's bitter. It's very obviously not potato or corn. Yeah. So this is hot and spicy potato chips by Calbee. It's fine.
Yeah, just.
And this is a product of China. They're very red or orange. Ready for some hot and spicy?
Sure. I'm still like.
They're very delicate. They're not like a thick chip. And they're not spicy until after.
Yeah. Yeah, those are good though. Good flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Much better. I mean, it's not like a
almost like a tomato-y in a way.
like
Tomato?
paprika,
Yeah.
but spicy. Almost barbecue, but not this without the smoke.
Yeah. All right, one more snack for tonight, right?
One more snack.
All right. I'm trying to cleanse my palate. It's tough because of the Szechuan seasoning on.
I wish that was on a potato chip. I really do.
All right, so we got some. I think they're gummies. But they're. I had to get them. They're Super Mario gummies.
Those also look like Korean.
Japan.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Sweet candy.
Vague, as opposed to the Well, we've had salty candy. That's vile.
Are we going to be able to tell flavors?
Oh, what are the flavors?
I don't know. It
Well,
looks like
lists
there's.
them on the back. It looks like.
Sorry, I can't read that language. There's red and green.
Okay.
And they got the characters on packaging.
It says, Nintendo.
Look, I got Yoshi.
I got a fire flower.
It's like a red gummy.
Mine is green.
Oh,
Melon. Very gummy. Very bouncy.
I can't place the fruit. It's very like herbaceous.
Let's see. Let's see if we can change things up and you get a green one. Because you don't abhor melon quite the same, right?
Oh, I like melon.
Okay. So this is the red. Well, I don't know that. Are they? What was on this one?
I have Yoshi on this one.
I have Yoshi. I know that smell.
Yeah, it's so familiar.
Okay, you're gonna. I know what the flavor is. Cola.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. Tastes like Coke.
Yeah, I mean the green ones are just kind of like a bit of like a melon flavor.
They're melon. I don't know if it's watermelon. If it looks like watermelon, maybe, or honeydew, but that's Coke or Pepsi.
Okay. Yeah.
I had to think about it.
Yeah. Why did I couldn't place it? I'm like, man, this is so familiar.
Because you really were trying to like attach a fruit to it.
Yeah.
Because
Those
it
are
said
good.
fruit, right?
It just says Super Mario gummy, sweet candy.
Oh yeah. So you've got cola and melon.
Yeah.
Those are good.
They're good. I mean,
I like them.
yeah.
Those
are fun.
Tina would absolutely hate the melon, but I'm a fan. So
yeah.
And I got Yoshi, Mario, Toad, and Luigi.
But
those are fun.
Yeah.
I wonder. Yeah, I was gonna say I wonder if it's supposed to be Mountain Dew.
Oh, I don't know.
Because to me, it just tastes like melon.
Yeah, I don't know. Those were fun.
Yeah, I liked the UK box for the most part, and I didn't like the HMart snacks all that much. Like the first one is good, disappointing that it's an extruded snack. The second one, seasoning, great. The snack, bleh. Those are all you. You can take those to work.
I enjoyed them.
The gummies, delicious. Those can stay home.
The hot and spicy chips were good.
The hot and spicy chips are good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish they were more hearty. Like they're a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I would say
like a
you're probably at
wussy
about
chip.
you're probably at about a D grade, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But overall,
Yeah.
you just barely passed with the HMart stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We limped along, but the UK box was good.
Yeah.
The majority of it was
Yeah,
very,
it was a fun
very,
box.
very good.
Yeah. Well, what do you say? Why don't we get out of here for tonight? We have more boxes coming, and check all those out. And
What have we got? We've got Italy.
Yeah.
And Korea.
And I think there's a Belgium one coming up.
Yeah, we should be getting that one soon.
Yeah, and then they'll do their holiday box, and then we might switch things up a little bit after that when we get to the new year. We'll maybe
try some new things.
Try maybe a new snack box. I have one that I might try. Also includes drinks. We do have some drinks to go through.
We do have some drinks to go through. We did get drinks at HMart, but some of them were ones that we had had in the past that we liked so much that we just bought them again. So they wouldn't be new to you or new to us. They would just be enjoyable because we've had them. Yeah. Like my apple milk.
Mm-hmm. I bought you some treats.
You did.
Yep. All right. What do you say? Why don't we get out of here for tonight? Stay tuned. We'll have more episodes coming your way, hopefully sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Maybe I got a trip coming up to Ohio and Pennsylvania. Maybe I'll bring something home.
Bring something home?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. But yeah. Just stay tuned to our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel for everything that we do. But yeah, and this has been real.
It's been fun.
It's been real fun. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Bye now.